Your expansion device in the system is very important. It creates a restriction in the system. It is the only restriction that is in the system. That way you are dropping the pressure of the refrigerant, allowing it to fill up the evaporator, which is what lets the evaporator absorb the heat from the system. That way you get cold air out your vents.
So you've got your suction line and the liquid line, and you'll follow it back to the firewall. You see that little silver thing in the back? That's where yours is, way back there, where there's two little brass-looking nuts on it.
One of the issues that we've been noticing quite a bit lately is expansion valves on some of these later model vehicles with 1234yf, and then the oil retentive compressors, as far as the expansion valves are sticking open. What I'm talking about is, this is an example of an expansion valve. So 99% of them that we've seen in the past years has always been straight up and down. Well, what they're doing now is they're turning them sideways. And when they're turning them sideways or in an angle, what's happening is with the lower amount of oil that is in the system, very little oil or no oil flows through the system anymore. And so what's happening is when they're coming to the expansion valve with the refrigerant flow, the plungers are sticking open. Is there a fix for it? No. If it consists, the only way you can fix this scenario is to change the expansion valve with a new one. Amounts of oil is very critical. Either you're going to use 1234yf or you're going to be using a PAG for 134A. Again, pay attention to the amounts of oil put into the system. Used to we had 8, 10, 12 ounces. Now you got 2 or 3 or 4 ounces of oil in the system. So pay very close attention to what oil you put in there and make sure it's by the manufacturer specific amount of oil and type. Pay attention to your gauges. If all of a sudden you see a rise or a fall on the low side and a noticeable jerking, check your expansion valve. Then at the same time, look at your high side reading and see if it is also bouncing. One, if it's just a low side, it could be the expansion valve. If it's both sides, especially the high side, it could be the reed valves in the back of the compressor.
Thanks for watching. For more tech tips like this, visit gpdtechtips.com.